this video, we're checking out how we can apply basic intervals to string bending. Now, this is probably the most crucial thing out of everything you will ever learn about string bending after just getting the basic technique down. The important thing is when we're bending a string, we need to pitch it up to a certain pitch, and we can have a lot of freedom with that pitch, and then sometimes it's very, very strict. A wonderful lesson to have checked out as kind of a precursor to this, if you haven't already, is my Play a Blues Solo with Just 3 Notes lesson. In that lesson, we focused on basically bending up to either the major third or the minor third, which is either a 2-fret bend or a 1-fret bend. Now, what I want to move on to here is we can actually get the 4th interval as well, that major 4th, kind of from just a string bend. So to recap, that's our G, so that's the 1, and we can bend up from that note, and from that note we have the minor third, which we typically bend up from the major second. That's what we'd bend up to. We can do the major third, which is here, with that string bend there. But a great way to really work on this is to work on this one more. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 fret more than the major third is this perfect 4th, which is a beautiful thing to start getting some melodies with. So there's a little example of what we're going for, and we have this. That's the melody, or the melodic notes that we're going for. Those are the intervals. The 1, 4, 3, 1, 6, 1. And a little double stop, but to make that more lyrical, to make it more like a guitar solo, we bend from the major second 3-fret bends. So we bend from here. That's a 3-fret bend, which is what I want us to be comfortable doing, and that's the purpose of this lesson. 1 fret for that kind of 7th chord is generally where we'll use it. Should be fine now. A whole step bend, the 4, so bending up to the major 4th interval. From the second is a 3-fret bend, 1, 2, 3. So that's 4, so that's a 3-fret bend, 2-fret bend. And then this is just a little double stop to illustrate that we're playing this over a G chord. All that do-do-do. It's 1 chord stuff, okay? So that is something to double check that you're able to do. Some other cool ones to check out while we're on the topic of these kind of glassy overbends. The solo from All Right Now, the beginning of it, okay, all that kind of stuff, has a 5-fret overbend. All right, that one. It's a really cool bend. You're basically trying to get it from the pitch of 15 all the way up to, crikey, is that 20? Yes, it's 20. So it's, I mean, it's a long way. And 5s, I mean, I've got 9s on this guitar, 9 gauge strings. Ernie Ball 9s, because I'm an Ernie Ball artist, rock and roll. But yeah, 9s I'd certainly recommend. 8s if you're struggling. Gauge 8 strings can really help just really get the fine tuning of your bends when you're trying to fine tune this kind of skill. It's often referred to as intonation. Get your intonation of your bends right. The pitch that you bend up to needs to be specific, and it's one of the most overlooked things with playing guitar solos. I mean, it's the first thing you spot when you see a beginner kind of doing some string bends. You've got to support these bends with kind of this good string bending technique, which is all covered in lead guitar 1. We need to support that with fingers 1, 2, and 3. But going for those intervals is something that we can do a lot more than just go for a 1 fret or a 2 fret bend. And we call them glassy overbends. They do have this kind of glassy tone to them. Really brings your lead guitar playing to life, and it's something you should experiment with. And I will leave some more recommended solos and exercises all below. I hope you'll check some of those out, and I wish you all the best with your glassy overbends.